From online curriculum resources provided at no cost to administrative offerings that enable data-driven decisions, SAS offers educators unparalleled opportunities to enhance student achievement, boost teacher effectiveness, and improve overall school and district performance.
Talk a little bit about your data system initiative, and particularly talk about the professional development aspect, how you trained your teachers to work in the system.
Certainly. Well, we developed an integrated student information management system that includes all the demographic data on our students, as well as their standardized assessment data and our interim assessment data that we run every 9 weeks. And then teachers are also able to pull classroom assessment data into the system, and it includes all of our instructional resources. So we thought that it was very important when our teachers were trained that they were actually trained to use data about their students. So we ran an interim assessment and put those results into the system, and then we went out to each of our 90 schools in teams and trained teachers to pull up the reports and see how their students were doing at that particular point in time in the curriculum and show them how they could access resources to improve. That's essentially been the model for our development as we rolled out the various aspects of the tool, is that when we have a very actionable set of information for teachers to use, we go out and train them in a hands-on way in terms of how to use the tool so that they can improve instruction at that very point in time.
And what types of information can a teacher pull up on a student that might help them in the classroom?
Well, if it's the beginning of the school year, I can actually pull up every student in my classroom and see how they performed on the most recent state standardized test, so I know where their strengths and weaknesses are from the previous year. We also do a preliminary predictive assessment at the beginning of the school year, so I can get data by standard for all the students in my class, even down to the question item level. I can then repeat that every 9 weeks and be able to see how my students are progressing and how their progress matches with what I have been taught. In addition, if there's a particular area, say long division, where I'm finding my students are not mastering the standards as quickly as I would have anticipated, I can create a classroom assessment or perhaps collaborate with the other teachers at my grade level to create a grade level assessment, and we can give that more regularly and scan the results into our same system, and then we can compare notes and decide who might be doing better with certain types of students, and that could help the rest of us to learn how to improve.
Talk a little bit about where you are on the trajectory of sort of the evolution of your student information system. How far have you come? What are the steps that you've done, and where do you hope to go in the near future?
I think that we have almost all of the building blocks in place right now. We've developed the integration, which was the first part, so that we could pull all the data on our students together and actually match that against the teacher who was teaching them each subject. So that was a key piece, and then getting the interim data so that it would come back in the same system in a very timely way so that teachers could utilize it immediately, and then adding this classroom assessment piece so that they can actually run data at their school level. The final piece is not necessarily new to the system, but it is the next piece that we'll be adding, which is giving parents direct access to the student achievement data that's reported through the system so that they can see that and help their student at home to improve as well.